everyone, Videos a Freddy back for another solo play. Today we're going to do two. We're going to do this one, Elevens or Elevenses. Elevenses, I don't know how you pronounce it, for one, which is by David Harding and art by TJ Lubrano, I believe that is. This is from Eagle Griffin Games, and it came out in, I believe this version is from I think I wrote it down somewhere actually. Hang on. I believe this version is from 2014, but there's another one from 2016. This version comes along with a second game that we're going to be looking at alongside this. That's completely unrelated, but it is Bull in Solitaire. So stay tuned for that. Or maybe you watch that one first and you're watching this one secondly. Either way, hey, I appreciate you watching all my videos. There's also, as to point out, in this line of games, there's another one that's simply called Elevenses, which is for 2 to 4 players. It's a bit different from what I understand, what I've seen. I might check it out. There's also Eleven's T for 2, which is a 2-player specific game, and Eleven's The Guilty Party, a different version. And some of these more recent ones are by Grail Games. But this is a solo specific version of the game, where you are Grosvenor, the maid to Lady Agatha Smythe, one of the wealthiest landowners in the district. She is holding a gala high tea at 11 o'clock. But oh dear, you only have 15 minutes to get ready, and where is that sugar? You mustn't be late, the madam's reputation is at stake. And you're trying to load everything onto your tea trolley in numerical order. And so you get this clock card you'll be using to keep track, and you get this, and your timer. You have 15 minutes. We'll start this off at 10:45. If you get to 11 before you complete, you lose. And then we have the tea trolley, which we're going to put aside. And the tea trolley says here, hurry up. There are only 15 minutes until 11 o'clock. If you successfully get these cards, number 2 through 11, in numerical order, onto the tea trolley, you win the game. If you don't, you're going to get a score based on how many cards are left and how much time is left. Actually, you're going to get a score one way or the other, I guess. Because if you have time left and you win, if you don't complete, you're not going to have any time left. You're not going to get a great score. But if you have time left, you'll take that plus whatever number is on top here, and that's going to be your score. So anyways, you're going to take all these cards after you shuffle them up. They do have a linen finish, and they're a decent stock. Unfortunately, it's Eagle Griffin Games, which unfortunately means their cards could be better in terms of being slippery. They're kind of sticky. So anyways, there's your setup. Each card has an action that you're going to do, and doing stuff costs you time. At the start of the game, you can swap any 2 cards, but it'll cost you a minute. But damn it, I'm going to do it. I'll swap the 10 and the 2. Now, once you start, and that's going to cost me a minute, so I'm going to slide this down to 10:46. During your turn, you're going to be able to do one of 3 different things. A, you can score this card if it is the next one in numerical order, which it is. 2, you can simply perform the action on this card. This one says flip 1 card in the pantry face down. 3, what you can do is you can discard the card, and you can have a max of 3 cards in the discard pile. And you eventually will get the cards back. And now when you play the card, which is what I'm going to do right now, you will do the action that's on that card. Now, let me just double check something here in terms of... So yeah, you can take any 1 card, place it to the front of the pantry. I think I swapped those 2 cards. I don't think I was supposed to swap them. I think I was just supposed to move a card. It was... You take a single face-up pantry card and place it first in the pantry. front of all the other pantry cards. So I think I actually swapped. I don't remember which one it was, so we'll just leave it as is. But you're not supposed to swap them. You're supposed to take the two and or whichever card you want and put it here in the front, and then you move everything back. So I apologize for being mistaken there. When you score the card, it does not cost you any time. You just put it there and use the action. But if you simply perform the action, it will cost you a minute. If you discard the card, you do not lose a minute. You don't perform the action. Some cards you may not even be able to discard. But I'm going to take this one and put it on a tea trolley. So we got number 2 there. And it actually explains what every card does here in the book as well, or in the instruction sheet. And if you score the number 11 card, you win. But you can only do that after you get the rest of the cards on there. So the T, number 2 here, after using the scoring card, choose a face-up card in the pantry and flip it face down without using its action. If there is none, you do nothing. If there's no face-up cards left. So, I'll simply flip this one face down, the first one. So then you're just going to continue along the line, doing actions and or scoring cards. So, it's 9 here. The cakes, it says flip the next card in the pantry face down. Or I can simply flip this one face down. Unfortunately, what I want is way at the end. So I'm just going to flip it face down. It doesn't cost me anything to do that, I believe. Oh, God. Let me just double check that. Actually, you don't just flip it face down, my bad. But that one was. So that one, flip the next card face down. So we're going to flip the next card face down. And then that's going to cost me a minute to do the action. The other thing you can do is discard a card, but you could only have up to 3 cards discarded. And that does not cost you a minute. So this one says swap the positions of 2 face-up cards in the pantry. So I guess I'll do that. And then I'll flip this one face down. I'll flip it face down because I use its ability. Cost me a minute. Next year, shuffle the pantry. Oh, well. Okay, I'll do that action. It'll cost me a minute. Hopefully I don't forget to keep track of time here. We'll shuffle the pantry and redeal the cards. And you take all the cards face up or face down, and you're going to deal them back up, face up. And again, you can, for 1 minute, move a card to the start. So I will. I'll move this over here. Shoving everything else over. This is how you're supposed to have done it. It's going to cost me a minute. We've got 10 minutes left. So now I will score this one. And it says flip 2 cards in the pantry face down. Which ones am I going to do? I'll flip this one and this one. So next is the 4. I can score this one. It says lose 2 minutes at the end of this turn. Okay, that's not ideal. 7. Swap the positions of 2 face-up cards. Now, that doesn't really help me out too much. So I'm going to discard this one. 1 discard. Doesn't cost me anything. Okay, I'm going to do this action. Again, shuffle the pantry. It's going to cost me a minute. See if we can get this done. And I get to take this card. Do I get to take the discard back? I can't recall. I believe you do. I think it's just, we don't bring that one back, unfortunately. But we'll shuffle these ones and we'll put them back out. I guess we could just do something like that. So, that. Okay, well, I'm going to bring this one back to the start for a minute. And I'm going to score the 5. And the 5 says this card cannot be discarded, cannot be flipped face down, on his action, so it doesn't really do anything, but we score it. This one, number 10, Servants, says it cannot be discarded. You return the discard to the pantry, place it face up after 10. If you do so, do not lose a minute. Okay, I'll do that action, and then we'll move this one here. Not ideal. But it lets me swap the positions of 2 cards in the pantry, so I'll swap those 2. I guess we flip this one face down, and it's going to cost me a minute. We'll get rid of that one. Let me shuffle the pantry again. Now we get all the cards back in, and ideally we'll put them exactly into order. Or we don't. Darn it. It says score cards from your discard and discard 11. It's not going to do me any good, so I'm simply going to discard it. Doesn't cost me anything. And now I can play this 7 and score it. Swap the position of 2 face-up cards in the pantry. Done. Now I can score the 8. And it doesn't cost me any time to do that. It says place the card at the front of the pantry, face up at the back of the pantry. Yes, I like that. So now I can play this one, score this, flip the next card, the pantry face down. No. Alright, so I placed that one face down. So now, if you ever get to a point where you're at the last card in the lineup, you're just going to shuffle everything up. And I'm probably going to cheat a little bit. Boop, boop. So then I can score that one and score the 11. We did it. It doesn't take very long to play this game either. And it says, yeah, it doesn't matter. So, we're at 10:55. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. I don't think we count the 11. 4 minutes and 11. So our score would be... It says you win by scoring all the cards before time reaches 0, which we did. Or with a loss in which Lady Agatha will rate your performance based on the following formula. So we win, but if we wanted to do a score, we had about 4 minutes left, and we had an 11 on top of there. And it's going to be the number displayed on the top of the trolley, the number of minutes remaining. And so, that's 11 and 4, 15. You're shown your worth. Lady Agatha gives you a raise. So we did really good. I guess that's just an automatic because you win. If you were to score it, as long as you have time, you're going to do pretty good. If you do 0 to 7, you're fired. 8 to 10, Madame's disappointed. You might get replaced. 11 points, you have performed as expected, but haven't excelled. And then this one, 12 to 13, so congratulates you and reward you with a half day off. How generous. So anyways, that's 11s for 1. May or may not get the other games, we'll see. Time will tell. I think it's pretty cool. I wish the card quality was a teeny bit better. It's not bad, but the cards from Eagle Griffin tend to be sticky. And often hard to deal out. In this case, they're pretty good, actually. They're not bad. They can deal them out. No problem. But oftentimes, that's not the case. So, pretty good quality, I'll say. So, that is a game. Pretty simple little, what is that, 12-card game? 11-card game. Comment, like, subscribe. Know what you think. Stay tuned for Bowling Solitaire if you haven't already seen that one. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.